first of all, just to build on the relationship, I think it's in a good spot right now, but I think it's only going to get stronger too. And to have an extension on an affiliation agreement and to do it for 6 years, it's incredible. I'm very excited. I know Washington's excited about it, and looking forward to, like I said, to building on that relationship. And they have that philosophy that we have, and they want to make sure their prospects are in a winning atmosphere, following the footsteps and what the veteran guys are doing down in Hershey. And then if you have that mix and that, it goes a long ways. And you look at the affiliation over the years, starting in 2005, 4 Calder Cups, 6 times to the finals, that just speaks to itself right there. And, we've been with them for 19 years. And so I think it's a great thing. I think we're very excited. I think our fans are going to be excited and looking forward to moving forward.
Well, it was time to talk about the future with the deal set to expire. So I assume that creates a sense of urgency to work out this new deal.
So this was the last year, 23-24. We coming off a 4-year contract or agreement. We've been talking for months now. It's a process, and it goes back and forth, and we came to an agreement. And like I said, I dealt with Chris Patrick, who's the associate GM in Washington, and Jason Fitzsimmons and Don Fisherman, who's the assistant GM in Washington. Vicky Holquist, John Lund we're doing it for us, and it just went really well. I thought it couldn't have went more smoother, I don't think, and that just shows you how the relationship is. Like they gave up some stuff, we gave up some stuff, but again we came together and we got this done, and very excited about it.
You've experienced the relationship as an executive and as a player. Obviously the proximity is good. What are the other benefits of this affiliation for a player?
Yeah, I think you start with that. I think, being so close to Washington and there's always, it's either Chris Patrick in the building or Jason Fitzsimmons or a scout or development guys. There's someone always having eyes on us. And then, in my position, I report back to Washington and how players are playing. And, Todd Nelson has a great relationship with Spencer Carberry. Our assistant coaches talk to each other down here, up there, so it's just a lot of intertwined throughout the whole organization that people know what's going on in Hershey and how the players are playing, and the players know. The players know that there's eyes on them. We do reports on them that get sent to Washington, and so it's great that knowing as a player, knowing that there's eyes on you, and no matter every game that you go into, you want to make sure that you're trying to impress to make that jump. Because I tell people this all the time, everyone down here playing for Hershey wants to play for the Washington Capitals. So that's their goal, is to get up in the NHL, and that's why they're here in Hershey, and they're developing and they're getting to know how to be a professional hockey player. And like I said, going back to the winning atmosphere is a big thing.
As an executive, this has to work financially for both sides. How does this keep the Bears healthy from a financial standpoint?
For us, you go back to the history and what we went through with Washington is very impressive, and to build on that relationship. And as in my position, I looked around the league, and there's not a lot of options out there for another affiliation, but I don't want another affiliation. I just think the relationship that we have with Washington is going really well, and the commitment that they make for the Hershey Bears and the players that they bring in is pretty special. Not a lot of teams would do something like that, bring in veterans like Scarbosa, McElrath, Aaron Ness, Mike Vecchione. Those guys are a huge part of our team, and they're a huge reason why we won a Calder Cup last year. So that's what I like about it. They expect us to do really well down here, and they're just putting people in the right positions for us to succeed. And what can you say about that? It's pretty special.
I like what you said about the coaches. You talked about Todd and Spencer. With Scott Allen and Carbs up there, this isn't just about promoting players and coaching them how to learn to be NHL players, but the coaches are also being promoted and learning how to be ready for the NHL.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it. We're not just, preparing players, but we're preparing coaches and developing coaches and staff in general. You look at Emily, you look at Murphy. Those two people are down here with us, and now they're with the Washington Capitals, and Mike Wagner. So it's great to see those guys go up there and have that success. And what I like about it is they know what Hershey's all about. You know, they know what the expectations here in Hershey with our fans, what our fans expect. You know, we have to have a winning team down here, or at least compete every night that we're on the ice, and that's what our fans expect. And so they realize that, you know, and to have that ability to, you know, if Spencer wants to talk about a player, he can call, you know, Todd Nelson, he can call Patrick Weller. You know, obviously Wellesley was here when Carbs was a coach, and so they have that relationship. You know, we have that relationship with Scotty Allen, that he can call, you know, anybody down here and talk about players, and you know, so it's just not, you know, the players, but it's basically staff and coaches, and it's great for me and the organization to see that happen.